Hi and welcome to Civitavecchia near Rome in Italy. Today we're setting sail from here all the way to Barcelona on board the longest ferry in the world. A journey across the Mediterranean with open seas, fresh air and plenty of time to unwind. But as we will all soon find out, the trip has a few surprises in store. Some expected, and others, well, a little more mysterious. Stick around and let's set sail together. The first stop before boarding is the Autostrade del Mare ferry terminal. This place handles thousands of passengers and vehicles every year, connecting Italy to Spain, Sardinia and even Tunisia. It's modern, efficient, with a few shops and a cafeteria, and right now, eerily quiet. But don't let the calm fool you. On busier days, this terminal is packed with travelers heading off on their Mediterranean adventures. Today, though, it feels like we have it all to ourselves. Let's check today's trip map. But how did I get here? Let's go back to the train station in Civitavecchia to find out. The best way to travel from Rome to this coastal city which serves the capital is by train. There are several departures daily, and you can use long-distance Frecciabianca services as shown in last week's video, as well as the FL5 commuter trains. The large bags carried by most passengers indicate that many are heading to the port to catch their cruise ships or ferries. To get from the train station to the ferry terminal, you have a few options. You can take a taxi, a bus, or, like me, walk. The walk takes about 30-40 minutes along a straight path by the waterfront, making it easy and free. Along the way, we pass some pretty cool landmarks like this statue, a nice Mediterranean water pool, and of course the Fort Michelangelo built in the 1500s. Yes, that Michelangelo had a hand in it. The walk itself is straightforward. Just follow the waterfront, enjoy the sea breeze, and if you're lucky, you might even see some massive cruise ships docked nearby. Don't forget to see also the wall of Pope Urban VIII, built in 1630 to separate the port from the city, and which houses the beautiful Vanvitelli fountain. And just like that, we've arrived at the terminal, ready to check in. There are already some passengers here, including this dog who couldn't care less about me, and this one who cares a lot. Check-in is a breeze due to the low number of passengers on this trip. However, as we will all soon discover, the lack of passengers leads to a few unexpected changes. And not for the better. Before boarding, there's one more step: the security check. To get there, I have to walk down this, let's just say, not so inviting path. It's dark, it's quiet, and it kind of feels like I'm heading to a secret meeting instead of a ferry. But hey, adventure, right? Let's keep going and hope this isn't the start of a mystery novel. The security hut is still closed, but after a few minutes it opens and we quickly go through security. The way to the ferry is via an unprotected path. I can't help but wonder how passengers board on rainy days. And now, it's time to board. Welcome aboard the MS Cruise Barcelona. But first, a bit of a workout. The first set of escalators, completely out of service. So, up the regular stairs we go. At least halfway, because surprisingly, the second set does work. A little test of endurance before setting sail. Gotta earn my supper, right? While making my long way to the owner's cabin with lounge that I booked for this trip, let's talk about the ship itself. This is the MS Cruise Barcelona, operated by Grimaldi Lines. It's a massive vessel, the longest ferry in Europe and possibly the world, stretching 254 meters long and capable of carrying almost 3,500 passengers, plus over 200 vehicles. Built in 2008, it was designed for both cargo and passenger transport, making it a bit of a hybrid between a cruise ferry and a RoPax vessel. The ship has multiple decks, restaurants, lounges and even a small shopping area. Though on this trip, some of those amenities seem to be mysteriously unavailable. But hey, that just makes the exploration even more interesting and allows me to have the run of the ship. Now let's see what my cabin has in store. The owner's cabin with a lounge is the highest class of accommodation on board, but doesn't quite reach 5-star luxury. It's a cozy space for resting during the trip and has all the essentials I need. However, a bit more attention to detail would enhance the experience. Adding some decor could make it feel more homely, and the thorough cleaning, especially of the bathroom but also throughout the entire cabin, would definitely be beneficial. After checking out my cabin, it's time for the next big mission: dinner.
Punto 10 ristorante. Deck 10 restaurant.
Let's hope for a meal that's at least as interesting as the trip has been so far. Let's see what's on the menu at the Puerto Olímpico, the best restaurant on board. And it's here that I noticed something slightly annoying. When I reserved my ticket, I also opted to pre-book all my meals. However, this might not have been the best choice. The restaurant offers a full menu, but passengers who pre-book meals get a simplified version instead. As a result, I was limited to this reduced menu for both dinner tonight and lunch tomorrow. The food overall wasn't bad, except for the sad-looking hamburger, which I would rate a 3 out of 10. On the bright side, the dessert was delicious. After dinner, I head to the stern to take in the night air and watch the ship's departure. However, at 9:30 p.m., the scheduled departure time, the ship is still docked and trucks are still being loaded. Finally, around 10 p.m., we set sail for Barcelona. The open sea and gentle breeze create the perfect moment to unwind. Knowing that we're headed into open waters, away from the demands of modern life, is truly relaxing. But then, it's time to see what the ship has to offer for some post-dinner entertainment. And, well, let's just say the options are limited. Almost everything is closed, except for one place, Snails, which tonight might just be the saddest looking club on Earth. Not exactly the lively night I had in mind, but hey, let's check it out anyway. In addition, there's the Diligencia Drivers Club, which primarily serves the many truck drivers who rely on this ferry service. Taking the ferry instead of driving saves drivers 1,350 kilometers or 1 day on their trips from Italy to the Iberian Peninsula. This is why so many trucks travel in this ship. There's also a pool bar that is mostly empty on a chilly night like this one. Perhaps it's better if I just go to sleep. Good morning from the Mediterranean. After a good night's rest, I step out to the ship's stern and this is the view. Endless blue, a glorious sunshine and the ship leaving a long foamy wake behind. It's the perfect way to start the day. Fresh sea air, peaceful vibes, and nothing but open water all around. Even the nice doggy from yesterday remembers me and comes to say hi. A nice activity for before lunch is also a visit to the onboard gym. For privacy reasons I didn't film much here. Admission is paid, of course, and it can also be pre-booked when purchasing the tickets on Grimaldi's website. Lunchtime rolls around, so I make my way to the restaurant. The meal itself, nothing to write home about, but what is worth mentioning is the staff, super friendly, welcoming and always ready with a smile. That alone makes the experience much better. After lunch, I head back to the stern for a bit, just enjoying the open sea and letting time drift by. Next stop, the ship's general store, where I'm greeted by the kindest, most cheerful attendant on board. Seriously, this lady could be the heart and soul of the entire ship.
Questa è come questa.
And for those looking to upgrade their travel wardrobe, there's even a boutique with some stylish finds. On board the Cruise Barcelona, the younger ones have also their playing area, the Sancho Panza room. As the afternoon goes on, there isn't a whole lot to do. Many of the amenities are closed due to the low number of passengers, so a relaxing walk around the ship seems like the best option. Now let's talk numbers. How much did this trip actually cost? My owner's suite with a lounge, plus all the port taxis, came to 185 euros. Dinner and lunch at the restaurant, 30 euros each, so 60 euros in total. I had also pre-booked breakfast for 5 euros and 90 cents, but let's just say, sleeping in won that battle. The basic gym entry set me back 28 euros, bringing my total to 273 euros. There are also internet packages available, but I decided to use this trip as a little digital detox. Just me, the sea, and absolutely no emails. Keep in mind, though, that fares can vary depending on the season, cabin type, and extras you choose. You can check all the current prices on Grimaldi's website. Link in the description below. As night falls, Barcelona appears in the distance, indicating that this trip is nearing its end. Before leaving the cabin for the last time, I take a final look at it to ensure nothing is left behind. Then I make my way to the reception area on deck 7 to wait for disembarkation. I'll use this time for my thoughts on the last almost 24 hours. Looking back, this trip was definitely an unique experience. With so few passengers, it felt almost like having my own private ferry, though that did come with the downside of many amenities being closed. That said, it was still a relaxing journey. The Mediterranean views were unbeatable, the atmosphere was peaceful, and the staff was friendly and welcoming. So, would I do it again? Honestly, yeah. It's not a cruise, but if you're looking for a slow, scenic way to cross the sea, this might just be for you. What do you think? Would you take this ferry? Did you do this trip in the past? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for riding along and staying until the end. If you enjoyed this trip, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. These are the best ways to support the channel, helping it grow and allowing me to showcase many more videos featuring trains and ships, along with some history and technology. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next week.